ReZero Season 4 might be cooked. Now, I know, I just made a video talking about how, you shouldn't doom and gloom about ReZero Season 4 and that everything is going to be okay, and light novel only fans who have been dooming and glooming are getting a quite bit annoying, honestly. But the news we have gotten just of today is quite unfortunate and quite worrying. But before I get into that, you know the usual. If you like ReZero, if you enjoy ReZero content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into this. The episode count for Season 4 of ReZero was officially announced today, or I shouldn't say officially, but a very trusted leaker announced today that the original Season 4 episode count that we all thought and we all assumed of 22 episodes is in fact not the case. And that instead of 22 episodes, we are actually only going to be getting 19 episodes. And technically speaking, because the end of Arc 5 hasn't even been adapted yet, assuming the first episode of Season 4 is going to completely adapt the end of Arc 5, and that's a safe assumption because there's still quite a bit to adapt, we are going to be getting actually only 18 episodes of Arc 6 of ReZero. So you may be asking yourself, how does this happen? I mean, how does trusted leakers and everybody, in this picture and in this scene, assume that there's going to be 22 episodes and then all of a sudden, come to the revelation that, oh shoot, there's only going to be 18 or 19 episodes? Well, let me explain. So as we all know, originally Season 3, Episode 1 of ReZero was essentially an hour and a half long, which if you don't know is like 4 anime episodes within one. Well, because of this, people did not realize and they assumed that Season 3 Episode 1 within the project was solely counted as Season 3 Episode 1. But just as of today, they came to the revelation that Season 3 Episode 1 was not counted as one episode, but instead was actually counted as 4 whole episodes. Now, apparently this is a bit out of the norm in the industry, and people generally just assume that, that's not how it should be listed. So obviously, because, it is one episode by itself. So they all assume that. It's no fault of the leaker. It's what the average person would assume within the industry. But because of this, Arc 6 is now only going to be 18 or 19 episodes. And I just want to say, as somebody who has read Arc 6, as a light novel reader, I just actually finished the light novel version of Arc 6. Amazing. A web novel reader on top of that. That's not enough episodes. And I am probably the biggest ReZero coper out there. I will tell you through thick and thin that, support the anime, support White Fox, support all of them. I don't think the anime is bad at all, even as a light novel and a web novel reader. I think, these fans and these readers overplay it a lot to, try to have some sort of superiority complex compared to the anime fans and think they're grasping something on a deeper level that the anime fans are missing. But, yeah, no, this just isn't enough. But take this all with an insanely huge grain of salt. The leakers themselves have said so. Just because it is going to be 19 or 18 episodes does not mean that these are going to be normal length episodes. We have seen time and time again from White Fox that they love to give extended episodes. Now, mind you, it was not there that much within the first half of Season 3, aka Arc 5, but that genuinely could have just been because it wasn't necessary. As we saw with Season 2 of ReZero with Arc 4, they gave us extended episode after extended episode. I'm not even sure if that's because they wanted to, but because of dialogue wise and context wise and actually understanding and getting the point of the arc across wise, they literally had to, or else Arc 4 would have been unadaptable within the allotted time frame that they, chose to adapt it. So with all of that being said, I don't think there is too much cause for concern as much as I have been dooming and glooming for this video. I genuinely do trust White Fox and I genuinely do think it'll all come around to be okay, but I have to say that it is quite ironic that if this is true, that Arc 6 actually ended up getting adapted in less episodes than Arc 5. I also do think it is a very real possibility that they simply just don't finish the adaptation of Arc 6, although I will say that would be crazy. It is a very real possibility considering they technically didn't finish the adaptation of Arc 5. And if they were to do that, it actually would leave me with a lot of hope that we would be getting a Season 5 of ReZero covering Arc 7 of ReZero. It's quite funny and it's quite ironic because I literally today was going to release a video going over the predicted episodes of Arc 6 of ReZero and giving my predictions as for which I think will happen in which episode. But now I'm going to have to redo all of that. But to get it out of the way, here are the facts for what we know for what's to come for Season 4 of ReZero. Starting off with the episode count. It is going to be 19 episodes, with the first episode presumably adapting the end of Arc 5. Number 2, it was originally supposed to be Season 3 Part 2 and be a part of Season 3. And it is that key fact right there that makes me think that White Fox has gone in post-production and tried to add more content. Now, I don't know necessarily if they have added more episodes per se, but maybe extended content within episodes or done a lot of post-production work that could make the overall context and, the execution of the scenes and how it unfolds much better. Because I don't think it is for no reason they decided to, just cut it off like that. Obviously, there is reason behind trying to split these up because they weren't going to be ready in time. And who knows, they could be taking extra time to polish their craft and really make Arc 6 good. I'm being honest, I hope this isn't in like an animation perspective or an animation lens, because I could genuinely care less if the animation for Arc 6 is really bad. As a ReZero fan, and as most ReZero fans will tell you, the action really does only start to ramp up big time towards the end of the arc. For the majority of the arc, this is a psychological thriller, and that season 1, directing we got of ReZero with episodes like episode 15 is really going to need to be prevalent within this arc and within this season, because that is the type of writing and the type of scenarios that are being casted within this arc. Like, it is legitimately insane. Now, going over some things that are suspected, and for one, that is going to be that it is going to air in January. People are almost, if not confident at this point, that it is going to air in January, and that really seems like what it is going to be, which is quite funny because Crunchyroll really actually did leak this then a while back, even though they tried to cover it and lie and say that it wasn't true, but it was true. Screw that company. But yeah, I mean, overall, all we could do right now is hope and pray that White Fox is going to give a proper adaptation. All I ask of for fans is to not be too doomer heavy, to not, try to look down and say, oh my god, it's over, it's ruined. Give White Fox a chance, let them execute. Let's wait to judge the anime until the anime actually, comes out and we see what exactly is actually going on. Don't be quick to jump to conclusions. Don't be quick to say that it's going to be bad just because the supposed episode count that we have gone for leakers is a lot shorter than you think it should be, which I know that kind of may seem like what this video is doing, but trust me, it's not. That wasn't my point. I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say that give it a chance, even though I can't lie, like I'd be lying, I'd be coping if I said that that episode count standing on its own doesn't look beyond grim, because I mean, it literally is beyond grim. That is a worrying episode count. That is not what you want to see in a arc that is very long, especially longer than the previous arc, which is action focused. And as we all know, action is quicker to adapt than actual dialogue, because you can, just cut and trim action scenes, and there's a lot more freelance and freedom as to how to actually execute fight scenes, like we saw within the Garfield fight with Kurgan in season 3. My biggest hopes for ReZero season 4 is that they are just going to execute it well from a directing perspective, that they are going to paint Subaru's character very well. And I really, really, really hope, and I doubt this will happen, we'll get some sort of internal narrator for this arc. It'll be very important, and let's just say it'll make things a lot less confusing. I do wonder about that too, how Crunchyroll is going to deal with and work with the translations for this arc, specifically regarding certain things that I don't want to get into because I don't want to get into spoilers, but words matter a lot within ReZero. Obviously, words matter within every series, but words matter just a little bit more within ReZero, specifically within an arc like this. On top of that, I really hope things like the gore, all that type of stuff, the gruesomeness, like the kills, all that stuff is there. Like, I really hope and pray that that is there. That is what I'm hoping for most. If we could get good direction within scenes like that, and then have good directions, similar and akin to, Rem and Subaru's episode from Zero back in season 1, episode 18, then I think season 6 will be fine, even if some things are cut and some things, just have to be spliced or, removed out of the season. I genuinely do think if we can achieve those and, make the directing good, make it look pretty, put a bow on it, that most fans will be satisfied, and I think the overall message and the overall point of Arc 6 will still be got across. The truth is, at this point, either, all the openings and endings are going to have to be cut out of, like, literally all the episodes, or these episodes are just going to have to be extended, because genuinely speaking, there really is no way to adapt 90 chapters of Arc 6 within 18 episodes. For anyone that has tried to read the web novel, although I know the anime adapts the light novel, you know just how long those chapters really are. They are no joke. They are serious. And if I remember correctly off the top of my head, even going on terms of light novel, the Arc 6 light novel version is 6 light novels. So that means that every 3 episodes will adapt to 1 light novel, which for certain light novels, especially within the middle of Arc 6, that is just crazy. That is way too fast. That won't work. It just won't work. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the situation. Overall, I am definitely on the much more optimistic side of ReZero fans. I feel like from what I've seen within the fandom and what I see on Reddit and Twitter and TikTok and all that, I just think that there's no hope in stressing over it and burning up cortisol and being upset over, what's to come when the actual product itself isn't even out. So just give it a breather, give it time to think, but who knows? I could be coping so hard right now. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I do read them. I do check them. And yeah, one more thing that I wanted to mention that I completely forgot about is got the new Subaru drip, you could call it, 1,000,000% polyester. I definitely saw all of your guys' comments about that, and that's funny because I literally made a TikTok about that. But yeah, if you're looking for a Subaru cosplay, this one was like 40 bucks on Amazon. It's nothing great. The quality's okay. It is what it is. I mean, it's true to size, I'd say maybe it runs a little small. I'm like 5'10", 170, and I got a medium, and I can't lie, it is a little tight and a little small. So I would recommend maybe getting a large if you're interested in that, obviously. If not, it is what it is. But anyways, I'm just yapping. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm again sorry for the really long break. I have a lot of school. I honestly probably shouldn't even be making this video. Should be studying for my test, but I felt like this was important to talk about, and I wanted to talk about it. So yeah, I mean, anyways, I really do hope you guys enjoy the content. I hope to make some more like analytical type of content soon, because obviously I know this content is like just brain nourishment. There's nothing amazing about me, just repeating ReZero news. But yeah, I hope to get back to the analytical stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my videos, and peace.